The fact that Transformers and G.I. Joe are finally coming together for a crossover movie is exciting all on its own, but in order to make the film the best that it can be, the upcoming crossover should include the best part of G.I. Joe's most recent flop. Both Transformers and G.I. Joe are franchises that have put out various movies in the past decade to varying degrees of success. While 2023's Transformers: Rise of the Beasts box office was a disappointment, but garnered some positive reviews, 2021's Snake Eyes flopped completely, making a measly $40 million. Because Transformers and G.I. Joe have histories of putting out disappointing movies, it is incredibly important that they get the crossover right. This film needs the right cast, the right story, and the right special effects to make it live up to audiences' high expectations. Unfortunately, pure hype and love for the franchises will not make the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover an automatic win. However, that leaves one major question: what exactly does the movie need to succeed? When it comes to casting at least, there is definitely a right answer. Henry Golding and the Snake Eyes cast would be perfect for Transformers and G.I. Joe's crossover. The Transformers G.I. Joe crossover would have a stronger chance of doing well if it included the cast of G.I. Joe's Snake Eyes. Although the 2021 film completely failed at the box office, that isn't necessarily the fault of the cast. In fact, for the most part, the movie's reviews praised the efforts of Henry Golding, who starred in the film, while criticizing the movie's plot and lack of seriousness. If the Snake Eyes cast was given another chance at portraying a G.I. Joe story, then there might be a different outcome than what occurred in 2021. While the Snake Eyes cast could simply be inserted into the next G.I. Joe installment, G.I. Joe: Ever Vigilant, to prove its talents, the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover deserves some strong actors too. Plus, bringing in familiar faces would also be a benefit. If the crossover's G.I. Joe characters were played by new actors, this may be confusing. Transformers using Snake Eyes cast gives the new G.I. Joe team a great foundation. Henry Golding as Snake Eyes in Snake Eyes. All in all, bringing back the Snake Eyes cast in the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover would set G.I. Joe up for success. Audiences would not only recognize the characters, but they would also be promised strong performances from them. Alongside Transformers cast, including Anthony Ramos, Noah Diaz, fans will be ready to jump right into the crossover without having to meet too many new characters. Therefore, the crossover can focus on what will hopefully be a very exciting story.